Hi guys, welcome to Joe's Camera. This is the photo critique of the photographic competition of the month of April 2022. Thanks for everyone that is entered, and one can see that month on month there's a progression and it just gets better and better. Absolutely fantastic for the photographers. So in April, the same as in March. I just want to say once again that please look at the Kgalagadi photography website. You'll see that there's just go through the website. Very soon we'll start putting all the discounts for the photographers en route to the guest houses or the lodges en route or around the Kalahari or in Uppington indeed. And we want to bring a lot of value to the photographers. Number one is I believe, and I have believed for a decade or more, that photographers are one of the most underrated leverage points to travel. It is an absolute means to travel and a facilitator and initiator to travel, and it's not really that rewarded. So the whole platform of Kgalagadi photography is there that the photographers are the good photographers, the better photographers, and the photographers that aim to get better. So basically the serious photographer to the professional and everyone that aims to become serious photographers. The platform is there to actually promote them, to market their work, and also in the same time to give mileage to those operators or services that actually rely on photographers, and vice versa. So we'll give you a lot of discounts, or get places that will give you a lot of discounts. Number one, and number two is we'll like to give those places that recognize the photographers as an integral part of their travel or their revenue, to actually give back. So it's a feedback loop, and everyone benefits in this. So very soon we're going to upload the lodges and so on that do promote or give discount, and then when I lead you through Joe's Camera to those places and get feedback. So in the month of April, you can see that there's awesome images. I'm just going to, like I normally do, just go stroll through it. Once again, our regular entrants are in here, but much more entries. Carmen van der Merwe, Dominique Maria, Gert Lamprecht once again, Professor Lamprecht. He's entered quite a few. I think it's 8 or 9. Hugh Mixler's landscapes are going a notch above the previous landscapes. Absolutely mind-boggling. Jimmy Kruger, Ken Haley, Koos Fourie, Lawrence de Villiers, Lawrence quite a couple, Marianne Erasmus, quite a regular and good wildlife photographer, Mari Knight, Mariki Crondier, Moshin Goga, Peter Valaris from America, I think. Peter has entered as well. Quite a few. Pierre Rousseau, quite a dedicated photographer of the Kalahari. Rene Rousseau, Rodney Brian van Soest, Sonia Kroon with a few, and that's it. So thank you for entering once again. Let's, if we go through, guys, there are some images that just about just missed it, and I say once again, I have said it, I'm going to go to at the end of the year, go to revisit the 2021 and 22 images, and where there's, I believe, images that's been overlooked, I'm going to bring them back in myself and then create a platform for that. And the reason for that is very complex and complicated, but I'll discuss that, what goes through, and the emotions and the skill level and all of the intricacies that goes around critiquing and selecting good images from a judge's point of view. So I'll deal with that. But once again, I'm going to pull back some of the old images, and just, even if it is not putting them back into the finals of the next year, just at least giving them a platform and promoting them on the website. So please make use of the website. The page looks fantastic. If I quickly show you the Kalahari photography website, there's the 4 blocks. You click on wildlife photo competition, and it takes you to the, please read that, it's very important, the prizes. The monthly finalist is in there. I will activate that link as soon as I'm finished here with the March program and enter the Aprils as well. But album of the finalists of Kgalagadi, one of the drop down pages that you can get is there's the first and second place of the competition. As you can see, Karel Stander's images, you can see it is well done, and it's a good platform to advertise you as a photographer. Hugh Mitzler, Michiel Devenage, Hugh Jooste, Frans Lombard, and we want to start or carry on adding photographers to that. Back to Bridge. So I look at those images. What I want to discuss is the images that that I think could not just have made it gone further if there's a couple of things that changed. Number one, Jimmy has entered this image and it's so pixelated and so small. I think it's like 60 kilobyte, and it's really too small to actually judge images. So it is, once again, it's a beautiful portrait, but it's compressed way too much. I mean, if you look at this image, this could be a fantastic image if a couple of other things were actually left out or brought back in. The same with the cat, if there was eye contact a little bit better, but nevertheless, it's a beautiful portrait of that cat. And if you look at this image, this is a typical Kgalagadi image. And I just want to say that sometimes an image that just don't make it through to the finals of the 1 month, if a few things were different, it could actually have won the whole competition. That for Gemsbok that's looking at this line with that yellow in front, if that yellow was worked, if just the editing on this has improved a bit, this image could have gone into the finals. And if this line looked back at them or looked at the camera, straight into the camera with that very solid, aggressive eye, it would have been a complete different picture. So sometimes a picture that doesn't make it to the final, guys, that's why I say keep on entering, because just a different facial expression or just a bit of editing technique, and it could have actually won the competition, the very same photo. What I like about this image, the two images, is the actual rendition. I actually love the editing technique that was used. And there were two images like this. If you look at this as well, quite a different image where the mother looks, her back is here looking towards that. And if you look at the bushes, there's a lot of distraction and so on. But if I look at the editing, I would love to see photographs that you keep on doing this, and you can see there's a lot of distraction, over the animal, and without a facial expression or looking straight into the camera or making use of this bush as if it's some hiding place, in other words, intentional, it actually breaks down the image. But nevertheless, very close. So similar, the same with Pierre. So this one, we just don't see the eye, but look at that flowers at the back. Just imagine this cheetah was looking straight at the camera and there's a sparkle in the eye. It would have gone straight into the finals and actually maybe the overall finals. This I like. I'm so glad that this image is tried, but if you take that sky over there, it actually breaks down the picture. So either if it was cropped there or something was done, either vignetting on the edges or maybe a graduated filter on top, and this image would have definitely gone through. This one belongs in there because it's a super image, it talks to you. But this burnt out area, if you do boost or enlarge this image, this becomes a problematic thing. And if it's enlarged, then that dead, bright, white area sort of takes over the image. So if it's small like this, it's all right. But look at how this grass is actually used to the benefit. And I've just done a landscape course, And we've concentrated on the grass and the sand, and it's absolutely amazing that the grass is a super subject and not really used with the wildlife, and we'll do a program on that specifically. Let's go to the finalists of the April 2020. There's Carmen van der Merwe. Maybe I should just go through them. That's Carmen van der Merwe. If you can see, a beautiful composed, a bit of red sand, just the one bush, and that fluffy clouds. That makes an absolutely beautiful poster. Fantastic image by Dominic Maria. The light is a tricky light. I don't know how sharp it is, because it must have been very low light. But guys, don't worry about the ISO or the grain. Just get the image, make sure the image is sharp. And if it's got colors and compositions like that, don't worry too much, as long as there's no camera shake. Fantastic image. Similar, exactly. One can get the foreground. You can do a hell of a lot of things with from editing point of view with the foreground. But I like what she's done with the vignetting, always vignetting, and it puts emphasis back in there, a bit of color, and see how the lion actually watches you over that dunes. This black and white by Dominique, the longer I looked at it, the more it talked to me. It's one of those funny things that if you see it at once, at first, it is a good image, but if you look at how it's composed, you look at that leopard is framed by the branches and the grass, a very light background that makes the silhouette of the cheetah stand out. So fantastic image. And look at this portrait of Gert with and another one of Gert. Look at this fantastic hue, soft colors of this landscape. Beautiful. And it looked like this leopard has actually caught that gemsbok. It's quite an old gemsbok, a bull. And I'd like to get the story of this. Once again, beautiful composition. Look at that lines. Look at that triangle that this, and then another triangle that the jackal is in. So it's the opposites. It's a triangle with a reflection of another triangle, the grass versus the road. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. And look at that pyramids, that angle's pulling towards the sun. Fantastic. Great capture. Wildlife action shot. Yui has done a black and white, also a beautiful portrait. And I say once again, these images cannot just be seen as the image, because the mount and the way that you're going to do it, you're going to do it on a metal or black and white Hanemukhle art paper with the right frame, and this image becomes something artistic. And look at this. I mean, this is absolute mind-boggling capture. Fantastic light. There's so much to do. Look at this road leading into the main subject, which is the lightning. But it's not just because the top here is actually the foreground. The foreground on top is just as good as the foreground here, with this clouds making a C curve, and that layers of dark cloud. Fantastic, world-class landscape, as is this a fantastic, more than fantastic landscape. Panorama, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful reflection, black and white. Artistic, look at the clean backdrop. The animal stands out. Fantastic. This image is there's a lot that's right in this image. It's not just another image. You can see the grass, and then the patch of grass that the sun comes through over here is the light over here, that just this grass over here. If it wasn't here, it would, but the grass puts it in the foreground, and it allows that layer or that line of trees to stand out. It's not a mushy left, right, and center. It's a line of trees. You can actually see it with the light behind it as well. And then you got this puffy rail or train clouds, look like the smoke from a train, and then that even background. Beautiful, beautiful image that could be underestimated. Fantastic action shot. And just another one. And look at the light on this vultures. Absolutely fantastic. This is a artistic impression, and it makes that vultures look super beautiful. This image, Peter's got it right with this image to have the male and the female, 3, 3, which is the magic number. In art, it's better than 2, 2 or 4, 4. And they split half. That's my kids, that's your kids. And they look at each other. Very nice C-curve in the road. It would have looked nice in a natural environment, but you don't see a lot of tracks. Actually, it's over there. But this is a beautiful Kgalagadi image. Similarly, this one. Beautiful.